I recently covered my flight from New York City's JFK to Lima, Peru on LATAM's business class. Check out this second leg that I took also on business class from Lima, Peru to Buenos Aires, Argentina. You're going to be shocked by the differences.
Welcome aboard, I'm Jeffrey Gard and this is The Whole Traveler. Before we get into the LATAM review, if you could help me out by liking, by subscribing, by commenting, I'd really appreciate it. First things first, where did I go? I went from JFK to Lima, Peru. From Lima, Peru, I went to Buenos Aires, Argentina. From Lima to Buenos Aires, it was about 4 hours, plus an additional few hours for the layover time in Lima. So when we arrived in Lima and we left the plane, they give you instructions on following the security route. We had to follow, go through security. You go through security, you don't have to go and get your baggage. The baggage just makes its way onto the next plane, so that was great. We passed security. The security process was highly efficient and fast, and I just really, God bless Peru. They are not playing around. They want you in, they want you out. They put us through a maze line. We went through metal detectors and we were out on the other end. Very fast, very efficient. That was done very well. Good job, Peru. And we were able to get onto the other side to see where our gate was. And then we went directly to the lounge. The lounge at Lima, oh my God. That was a surprise treat that I didn't know I wanted and needed. It is a jewel of a lounge. If you're ever in Lima, at Lima Airport, that lounge, oh my God, so good, so good. It was really beautiful. What I loved about the decor was that they had a variety of different portraits of birds. And these were all birds that were indigenous to Peru. And I thought that's a great tie-in, like birds, flight, aviation. And it was beautiful. And you could see like a lot of the natural woods that are part of the Peruvian environment, a lot of rainforest woods. And it was just really beautiful. It was gorgeous. It was spacious. And let's talk about the food. They had food that could feed villages and cities. I mean, they had a wide variety of hot food, wide varieties of fresh cold food, and varieties of dry food like crackers and cereals, if you wanted that. They had fruits, they had fountain drinks, they had bottled water, they had carbonate, they had it all. And I don't know what it was, but the selection just seemed to be endless. It was like an endless buffet of food. And it was really good too. So grateful for that. They had pastas, they had meats, they had all kinds of stuff. Whatever it is that you were hankering for, you could find it in that lounge. And we were able to sit down, we were able to, replenish ourselves. By that point, we weren't feeling too hungry, but we knew we have a 4-hour leg coming up from Lima to Buenos Aires. So we definitely worked at filling our bellies up, and I'm so glad we did. So the flight from Lima to Buenos Aires was about 4 hours, and it was as different as night is to day from the long haul experience from JFK to Lima. This was on a narrow body plane, and when you see that business class experience, you realize quickly that it's just economy dressed up. They just, I don't know, they taped off the middle seats. It was a 3 and 3 with the middle seats taped off. And it was basically the same seats as economy. They were uncomfortable, they were thin. It was just such an unfortunate experience. For 4 hours in that narrow body plane, paying a business class fare, it was very, very disappointing. LATAM wants to promote itself as the South American premier air carrier. It needs to do a much better job of upgrading its business class accommodations. They should at least be on par with American carriers like United, American, and Delta, where you have a 2 and 2. The seats are wide body seats, comfortable. They don't have to obviously become a bed, but they should recline on someone. And you should have some kind of entertainment system. There was no entertainment system, no screen. I couldn't get onto Wi-Fi. It just felt very primitive, like we had gone back to 1995 or something. The plane just felt old. It left a real sour taste in my mouth. The experience did not feel business class. It didn't even feel like premium economy. It just felt like economy. You know, we were fed. We were given another meatless burger, which wasn't really all that great, with some blue potato chips and a bowl of fruit. It was all right, but it's not going to make up for the accommodations. You know, you just have this outdated business model, and it's not going to work. And it was just really, really unfortunate. The flight attendants were functional. They were performative. They were functional. They did their job. No complaints. But was there that warmth, that glow? No, that was not there. But it was perfectly fine. It wasn't like they did anything bad. So overall, what would I give this experience? Would I do it again? I probably would not do it again. I would definitely find another route to Buenos Aires than this route. What I would probably do if I had to fly LATAM is I'd probably fly them from JFK to Sao Paulo, take some time in Sao Paulo, and then take that flight from Sao Paulo to Buenos Aires, which is much quicker than the Lima to Buenos Aires. We flew from Buenos Aires to Sao Paulo on the way back, and we flew Delta from Sao Paulo to JFK. Or I would do a long haul from JFK to Santiago in Chile and then do the same thing. Spend a couple days in Santiago and then from Santiago go to Buenos Aires. Either I think would have been a little bit better than the second leg of this trip. But honestly, if I had to do it again, I'd probably choose Delta. And this is why I think LATAM should really get serious about becoming a SkyTeam member, because I think LATAM can learn from Delta. Delta is frankly the best carrier in the Americas. It's hands down the best carrier in the Western Hemisphere. They are really working hard to compete with the Asian and Middle Eastern carriers, and they're getting really good. And I think LATAM definitely needs some help in upgrading some of its areas like check-ins and like the narrow body in-flight experiences. They have those long-haul wide-body experiences down pat. That was amazing. That was an excellent experience, and I'd recommend that. But those shorter, those narrow bodies, domestic kind of flights were just not good. So I hope this review has helped you in deciding whether or not this is worth it. I imagine some of you have comments or questions. Please leave them in the section. I'd be happy to answer them. I hope this helps. Safe travels.